why are you so dramatic? Stay calm, just relax, you're so emotional. Who in the hell has convinced you all, I just said though, you're a lot of fucking stupid abusive boyfriends, have somehow managed to convince you all that emotions are one way, like we emote in one way, and when you emote in that way, which is how we're saying Owami was doing, it then means that there's no logic to your argument. Like, let's not get the two conflated. My being emotional is not an absence of rationale. The two are mutual. Like, that's just not how the fuck it works. If I get heated now, it doesn't mean I'm not making sense. You do not need to police how you emote. You don't need to fucking do that. The fact that I maybe I get like a little hyped, maybe I raise my voice ever so slightly, maybe I use my hands, that doesn't mean I'm not making sense, and that doesn't mean Why, hello, hi, it is me, it is I am tired, okay? That's what this is. Like, I'm exhausted, and I'm like, okay, if I sit and record, maybe I'll get through this. It is me, it is I, Small Town Didi, you're in the internet, and I'm back. She's back, darlings, okay? We are all back here. Thank you all so much for joining me back on this channel. Please do like, share, comment, and subscribe. I still can't say it right, but please do it. Please subscribe, please. Thank you. Let your people know about me or hiding the internet. Great. I'm working. I'm doing something, so that's why I keep looking down. Wow, the internet. Hey, so Owami, who is a big deal over here on the tube, and one coach Nonnie, who is big on TikTok. She's a self-proclaimed dating coach. And Owami is an entertainment, I mean, does she go by blogger or commentary channel? I'm actually not certain, but you know, in the space that I'm existing in. You, come on, you lying, you know who the fuck she is. You do. Like, if you found me, you probably watch her. Like, that's how I feel, okay? Anyway, Owami sat down for a conversation, with Nonnie. Nonnie is, I want to call her interesting, but she's not even that to me anyway. She's not compelling in any way. I don't know if it's because I existed on the side of the internet where like the Kevin Samuels shit was just so like in the air. It found its way into every conversation a year or two ago. I was being fed a lot of that content. So there's nothing that Nonnie does or says that I find particularly interesting or jarring. In the same manner, I didn't find Kevin Samuels very original, interesting, or jarring. They speak to a neglected, to a degree, if you'd like, community. They are there to serve the function of in my language would say feelings, like they are there to soothe the egos of men who otherwise can't elevate past a certain situation, and they do so by humbling women, and black women in particular, because that's their audience. Nonnie for me is embarrassing in that Kevin Samuels was already not original in his thoughts. Like, there was nothing new that he was saying. Fine, we don't have to reinvent the wheel. He wasn't saying anything profound to me. Like, it was just, he's just a fucking bully. So like, Nonnie literally doesn't even change up the homework. Like, can I copy off your homework? Except she goes and makes actual copies and just like sticks it as it is. Like, she's not even trying to switch up the words in the so it's embarrassing and cringe to me, because literally her wording is like, it could just be Kevin Samuels in Nonnie's body. Like, it could be anything. So it's embarrassing and cringe to me to call yourself a content creator, but you ain't creating shit. Like, you're just like regurgitating like content from like a deceased person that you've consumed and you just up on us on the internet like fucking vomit. So she's embarrassing to me. Her being relevant, how people engage with her is cringe and embarrassing to me. I don't know if it's because they weren't aware of Kevin Samuels and really his notoriety and impact in the last few years before he died with a strange woman in a hotel, allegedly. Before that happened to him, shame, hey, tragic that. Before that happened to him. So I don't know if people weren't aware of that content, and so Nonnie being of like being a South African woman and creating this content for this, or it's new to some people, so they are this reaction, this visceral reaction that they have into it is from them not having experienced that Kevin Samuels wave, which was huge. Like it's a hard to miss it if you were on the internet around the time that, you know, he was on and popping and shit. So she's just embarrassing to me, and that's why I generally, even on my TikTok, I don't stitch her shit like that. I did one video of hers talking to single mothers. I have it up on the channel, where she's saying that, you know, just lower your standards and be realistic and all of that stuff. I think that's because of how I feel about children. Contrary to popular belief, the fact that I want to put off having kids for as long as I can, if at all, it comes from how I actually feel about children. So I only jumped into that conversation because I didn't want, especially young mothers, to feel like you've had this child now, and because men get to opt out of parenthood, you now need to feel any which type of way about yourself. I've rambled on about this. We need to get into the meat and potatoes of the actual chat. It wasn't an interview. The chat wasn't done in interview style. I see people are giving Owami a lot of flack for it. They're two people who know each other. In fact, we learned somewhere along the interview that, the chat that they're having, that these people actually have known each other in professional spaces for quite a long time. I think since 2017 or 18, they said in the video, both of them. So they're not strangers. They sat down for a chat. I think it would have been so cute to have it in her salon if she wasn't now renting it out to other people, because it is such a nice hair salon chat kind of conversation. It's cute for that. It's good for that. But anyway, they sat down for a chat. Owami, like the rest of you, for me, like the rest of you women who've been manipulated by men in the past, and then you now exist in a space where you say the manipulation like tactics, you use them to police yourselves and other women now. There's a particular thing that kept recurring, and she did it to herself as well. I'm like, fucking bullshit, right? She said, everybody's like, yeah, she's just so emotional. Yeah, she's just so emotional. And then she also says in one of her captions that, yeah, and then what? Those are literally the exact words that your little stupid fucking abusive boyfriends and your abusive broke down baby daddy say to you in the midst of gaslighting you, right? Why are you so dramatic? Stay calm, just relax, you're so emotional. Who in the hell has convinced you all, I just said though, your little fucking stupid abusive boyfriends, have somehow managed to convince you all that emotions are one way, like we emote in one way, and when you emote in that way, which is how we're saying Owami was doing, it then means that there's no logic to your argument. Like, let's not get the two conflated. My being emotional is not an absence of rationale. The two are mutual. Like, that's just not how the fuck it works. If I get heated now, it doesn't mean I'm not making sense. You do not need to police how you emote. You don't need to fucking do that. The fact that I maybe I get like a little hyped, maybe I raise my voice ever so slightly, maybe I use my hands, that doesn't mean I'm not making sense, and that doesn't mean I shouldn't be listened to, right? And then we denote being sort of calm and stoic with rationale. Most men don't fucking make sense. They don't. They just know they need to sit there, say one little thing to get you riled up, right? Which is Nonnie's tactic, right? She throws one little thing to get you riled up, and when you do, she's like, why are you riled? Like, I don't know. No, like, that's how this happened. What are you talking about? Like, right? That right then, everybody. So, and then what? I'm emotional, and then what? Can you say I'm not making sense though? You can't say that. You can't say that. So I feel like she's already trying to get ahead of it, already trying to police how she went about the conversation. They both agreed it wasn't an interview. I would assume she'd have cue cards if it was an interview. I would assume the interview style would go along the lines of what you would see at like a Real Housewives reunion, right? You have questions of your own, and then you take some questions from the comment sections of maybe Nonnie's popular videos and what have you. That clearly wasn't the format. These people were just sitting down for a chat. Emotional or not, the things she says are to capitalize off of women's emotions, right? It's on purpose. It's by design. Nothing is accidental here. So I don't even understand. I actually don't understand why we women are engaging with Owami's reaction the way we are. What exactly was she supposed to do? Sit there and act like Nonnie's come up off of black women is something to remain calm about? Because it's fucking not. Like, it's really not. Let's continue, because I could stay on this forever. Just don't allow people to do that to you. Nobody's about to tell me, you're a hottie on the internet, how I'm so emotional. You're not about to dismiss me with that. That's weak. Like, swag, get the fuck out even. Like, it's like, anyway, Nonnie is asked, what is the point of all of this, right? What is the content she's creating, what is her main thing? Where is it going? What's this about? To which responds that she is trying to promote, please listen to me, people. These were her words. Promote healthy relationships. Nonnie girl, what? Guys, Nonnie's playing in our face. Like, personally, I do not want somebody playing in my face. She's playing in our faces. Like, for okay, Nonnie, please keep that in mind for later on down the chat, because it's already not making sense from the beginning. Before she says this, Owami does an introduction. She puts together like a bunch of her more viral videos. In one of the videos, Nonnie is saying, looking dead ass in the camera, talking about, I can't do it, how if you need to accept that you're gonna share this man. Yeah, you need to accept the fact that if you are gonna be dating this like high value man, that's the term that they use, I don't know what she said in this video, I forgot, that you're just gonna have to share him. You need to be realistic. Now, girl, how is that healthy? Like, how, like, the first contradiction was just from jump. Nonnie wants you to be in a relationship where you accept that this person, regardless of your agreement, regardless of whether or not monogamy is the agreement, he is going to be with everybody that he wants to be with because he can. But her whole thing is promoting healthy relationships. Now, not only is this like physically unhealthy in a country like ours, with the numbers that we have with sexually transmitted like diseases and infections, and not just, you know, HIV, all the other things that we act like aren't serious, like, oh, this, because we so badly still want to stigmatize HIV. But like, in our country like that, this person who's promoting healthy relationships, that's their take. You already lost me now, right? Me, if I want a dating coach, Nonnie has already lost me. The other healthy thing about cheating that I feel like we don't address much is the emotional toll, the stress it weighs that for some women leads into depressive episodes. I'm not diagnosing people. But cheating is not this very blasé thing that we've tried to make it like men are gonna do it, and so women should just get on with it and just, you know, water off a duck's back and just, we move, look at us go. It's humiliating. It's debilitating For a lot of women, they struggle when they experience that level of betrayal. They struggle to get out of bed. They struggle to function. They struggle to make sense of the lives that they thought they had for many, many years. They become mistrusting of everybody around, so they become paranoid. Or did you know, were you talking about me? Because who fucking wouldn't? The toll, the many things that it's not just an issue of this person stepped out on you and then that's it. It alters you. It fucks with your psyche so bad. It's abusive. It's fucking abusive. That's not our agreement. You doing this thing where you step out of this thing that we've agreed on alters my reality. It makes me question my reality, my entire existence, my decision making, my value. It's abusive. But Miss I'm promoting healthy relationships says, oh, you're just gonna have to accept that. Really, girl? Okay. Right there and then, Owami, you should have let that girl go. You should have taken her down to, you should have just been like, Nonnie, girl, let's just kick it for the afternoon, okay? Let's go down to that salon that I'm renting out to those people. Let's go do our hair, girl. Let's go look nicer than we already do, because they already look cute. But let's just go, because you guys were no longer having the same chat. She's already just like lied to me. She's lied. Anyway, we move. She said something. I made some notes of some of the dumb shit that she said. She said a lot of dumb shit. Just a dumb honey. Saying dumb shit. Alright. Now, there's a point where, because she is quite literally Kevin Samuels, you see, there's a part where Owami asks her why she's bashing women. And Nonnie's response is, when I was talking to men, nobody was saying I'm bashing men. Nobody knew you. Nobody knew you were talking. Quite like Kevin Samuels, you see. When he got on the internet, this you guys, everybody probably knows by now, he was doing like, he was trying to target men at self-improvement, not knowing that men don't feel that they need to improve on anything. Men think they're perfect. Their mothers told them that they're perfect. They're just so perfect. They're wonderful. And even when their moms tried to correct them, they got out in the world, and other men in society at large told them, no, you're perfect. It's the women. The women are the problem. Even the church knows the women are the fucking problem. So when you try to target a group of people who aren't interested in self-improvement, you realize that you don't grow. Your content doesn't sell, right? There's no growth in trying to tell black men in particular that you guys may want to take some courses and better yourselves. You may want to improve your communication skills. You may want to up that emotional intelligence by, like half a teaspoon, because that's really all they can manage. Like, you won't get anywhere by doing that content. And how do I know this? Just go on fucking TikTok. Go anywhere online. Look at the men who do content, and look at the women who do content along the same lines. The men may start off talking to other men about self-improvement and, how to treat a woman, the things that need to, but they will never ever capture the same audience that the women will. And that is not an accident. It's not. From the time we're little girls, it's drilled in us that we need to change some shit. Right? They put in relaxers on you because the boys love straight hair, and then they're always doing stuff to you. It's the fucking earrings, a ribbon in your hair because you're not pretty enough, so let's pink this bitch up real quick. Like it's always something. It's always something. So from the time you're a little girl, self-improvement is your fucking default. You know what they tell the little boys? Oh, you're gonna break all the little girls' hearts. Like, and you're just looking like, who's he breaking? Like, what the fuck? Like, men don't feel they need self-improvement. Right here, one of my friends would be like, Laura Mulvey. Like, that's what you would say. I miss you so much, friend. But they don't feel the need. And so what happens is that when you come online and you try to carve out your niche around selling stuff, men will only respond to forex scams because it sounds like quick money. Because again, like, self-improvement takes real work. Like, they just want something quick and fast and money, right? Which we all want, but like, that's not the point. My point is, when you come on the internet and you're trying to carve out your little, piece of the pie, of the internet pie, and you're like, let me speak to them, and you fast realize that they're non-responsive, right? They won't even respond with your content or you just like, think like a girl. Very few of them will do that. Most of them will just ignore you because they're perfect already. They don't need to change anything. That's the logic. Compare them to the madam speakers who, if she now says she's holding a women's conference, the tickets are gonna sell out. Owami did a conference of sorts. Sims Wright also did a conference of sorts last year sometime, right? It could be a wellness thing. It could be the boot camps. It's women, all in them. We're constantly trying to better and improve ourselves because it's something that we are. It's drilled in us. Like, it is drilled in us that something is the matter with you. You must be corrected at every point of your day, at every point in your life as a woman. You are contorting yourself, getting bent the fuck out of shape. It's pretzel.com the whole fucking time, from the time you're a little girl up until you die. Up until you die. That Joan Rivers, right? Was she not, oh, rest her soul, guys, I love Joan. But was she not on an operating table trying to like maintain like a semblance of youth? Because that's it, that's the teaching. So Nonnie quite quickly realized that, oh, the men are not going to respond and I need a career. What do? Tell the women all the many things that are wrong with them. The same women, they will respond because they are used to being critiqued and picked and potted and pulled apart and told all the many things that are wrong with them. They are prone to responding. They are groomed into being hypersensitive to these things, because what's happening is she's telling us things we're already doing, right? Oh, you just need to do this. If you're in the dating market, you already know that where you stand, depending on the kind of person you're trying to attract, right? She's not saying anything new. She's just finding the meanest way to say what you already know and making like she's coming up with something new. Like, no, girl, like, just basic. You're basic. You're we basic. Everything basic about you. Anyway, that's not the point. That's not the point. Let's not do that. Nonnie quite quickly realized that it's us she needs to talk to. She needs to say horrible things to us because we will respond and get mad on the internet, and then the men will cheer her on. And that's how you know you're doing something wrong, when men are on your side. They're never on anybody's side. They're always on their own side because they're fucking selfish. Right? That's their nurturing. They are conditioned to look out for themselves. So whenever a man is rooting for somebody, it benefits him some way. It's really that simple. There is no man that's just standing somewhere thinking, oh my God, the sister is making so much sense. No, bitch. That right there, you need to stop and take stock of like what is happening here. Right there, you need to search yourself. But not Nonnie. Nonnie loves being male identified. She loves taking on the causes of the men, and telling us that, we just need to get in the gym and do this and do that, and then yeah. Now, can you guys tell that the Nonnie chat is just like one where I'm just like, I really okay, girl. As long as you're happy, like, honestly. They chat a bit about the Ntsiki Mazwai thing. She did a TikTok where she puts up a picture of a done up Pearl Tusi and Ntsiki Mazwai living her life like just a picture of Nsiki Mazwa existing, out in the world as you do. And she had put together a TikTok asking which of these two women men would prefer. To which, like Owami then says, but like in a country like ours where colorism is like such a reality and it's so prevalent, like why would you put this together? And she says, yeah, but the gaslighting that took place in this part of the conversation was much too much for me and my fragile heart. It really just was. You all know I'm emotional. She says, no, why would you do this? And then she says, yeah, but I didn't say who they'd pick. I just put it there for you guys to choose. And then Owami then asks her, why these two in particular? Which she says, oh, it's a geo issue. They in the same area. They're both in Johannesburg, she assumes. They are in the entertainment industry. They seem to be around the same age and what have you. It just made the most sense. So then Owami says, but why couldn't you pick like people who are like the same complexion, especially in a country like ours? Then she pits her against Naomi Campbell. But if we're saying it's because of their location, why are we talking about Naomi Campbell and Kelly Rowland? An actual supermodel, a whole Naomi Campbell. Like, it's rooted in anti-blackness, how people actually talk about Nsiki Mazwai, her appearance, just an average black woman existing. Her existing irks people. Like, Nsiki just showing up as Nsiki. Not done up, not layers of, just her being cool, showing up as, it irks. And I feel like it irks a lot of women in particular because of the teachings, right? It irks us in particular because we're the ones that receive the, you must put yourself together. Or you just must. The men must. So the fact that she just doesn't. Oh, it fucks with us. Fucks with us so bad. And a lot of it is internalized. A lot of it is you wish you could show up as your authentic self and not give a shit. But because you're constantly performing for the affection of these dudes so they can lie to you, get you in a relationship, cheat and humiliate you, that's the cycle. That's actually how it fucking goes. I don't actually know what you all are auditioning for, right? Nonnie keeps using the word win, and I'm like, girl, what is the prize? Not a man. Please do not say a man. She keeps saying, yeah, but the people who do it win. What are they winning, Nonnie? Are they winning them getting into a relationship where they need to accept that they're going to be cheated on, even if that's not the agreement of their relationship? Because according to you, I'm going to have to put up with that, right? Is that what I'm winning? That's my big win. I'm starving myself because I need to get skinny. According to Nonnie, that is very, very, very important, darling. Must be skinny. I've baked for many a fat bride. I don't know what the fuck she's talking about. I've baked for many a plus woman in a committed relationship. I don't even know. These pretty ones keep getting fucking dribbled. Like I don't. My pretty friends get dribbled, Shem. Yo, they see flames. Yo. If he wants to, he will, Baba. If he wants to, he will. It's that simple. But anyway, we hate Nsiki because Nsiki she's raw. She looks like us. We look like her. And seeing her in her natural state reminds us that when we take that Kleenex or whatever and you wash it all away and you do whatever, you look and then, yeah, it makes you mad a little bit. It's internalized. Stop making Nsiki your fucking problem. Nsiki is fine showing up, and she should be because she looks perfectly fine. I don't know why the fuck she wouldn't be fine showing up in the world the way she is. It's the rest of you. Right? Winning. That in winning. Nonnie needs to refrain. Well, she can't do it because then she'll lose an audience and that's her bag, right? I'm not sure how much TikTok pays. I really don't think. I don't know. But Nonnie can't get to a point where she has an honest conversation that she's speaking to the kind of girls who want the Grootmans. Right? She's speaking to the kind of girl who wants to be partnered with a man who wants I left a comment on Owami's video. I'm like, she's speaking to a particular kind of girl. The girl who sees being an accessory okay. The girl who looks at a woman who looks kept and envies that lifestyle and wants it for herself. A lot of us don't. A lot of us just want our own shit because we know men are fickle, you know. Ask Mary Jane Sedambe. I bet you when she walked down the aisle, she never thought that another light-skinned bitch is gonna boot her the fuck out. She didn't think that because she's beautiful. Then that's all she has to be. She just has to offer beauty, and then it all falls into it. Doesn't really fall into place, girl, because a prettier, younger, more well-known girl came in and took your spot like that, and you had done everything right? And this is not me assigning her blame. It's me making us aware that just because you tick all these boxes, it does not mean that the bullshit will not be for you. Do not be fooled. Don't be fooled. It's really an issue of when is it your turn? Is it not? Because your turn is coming, right? So not only does it's Kimberly who say that, like my favorite content creator, that she loves to talk about beauty and stuff, that it would not, like beauty does not insulate you from the bullshit. Like it will not, it will lessen or prolong, put off when it happens, how frequent, but it will happen. Do you understand? Like you are not like impervious to the bullshit. I don't know what to tell you. So then what even is the point? You're putting in all this work, right, to maintain these already fickle beauty standards to attain the affection of an already fickle group of people. Men who decide today that big booties are in and then next it's so ghetto. I want an athletic BB Eilish type one, not this big badonkadonk thing. It's always fucking something. And then if we're teaching little girls that they now need to do this to vie for the affection of men, and beauty is the only way they attain this. I mean, and Owami says to her, you're beauty obsessed. And she tries to make like, no. She talks on us, but you don't harp on them. You do not harp on these points in the same manner that you harp on the, you must be beautiful. You must get in shape. These people have taken enough of my energy. I've got work to do. I've sat here and I did shit. This is what I did. I colored one little piece of fondant yellow because of Nonnie. Anyway, that was the chat. They ended it off on a sweet note. They're gonna do a video on her channel, on Nonnie's channel, that I might not watch, and she wants to have a chat with Owami about being a divorcee who's also plus size, I suppose, and the experience of that and whatever. Owami is very transparent about this, so I don't think we're going to be learning anything in that chat that we don't already know about her that she doesn't share on her channel as is. But you all go on and give it a listen if you must. Me personally, from this, I just came away with the fact that this woman wants to build a career off of our insecurities, and we are giving it to her on a silver platter, and I'm embarrassed for us. I am embarrassed for us for playing into her hands. And I'm sitting here doing what you would call a reaction video or an opinion piece or whatever it is you want to call it. So I too am part of the problem, and I can admit to that. But I am doing it hoping that if there are people who are consuming her thing, her content with any level of seriousness, and it gets them riled up, that something that I say here might help to dismantle some of the ways that they engage with her content. Right? For the air that it is. Because that's what it is. It's air. There's nothing to it. It's the top half of like the bag of potato chips when you open it. Ain't shit going on, honey. Ain't shit. Ain't shit. That's all. That's it.